guys, welcome back to A Good Life Farm. So I've had a very busy day today. It started right off at the very beginning. A very dear friend of mine chose to have an immersion, a baptism today. And so I accompanied her to that and was able to stand and bear witness and all of that. I'm very incredibly happy for her. And so did that this morning. Then I came home and I was working on some articles that I had a deadline for. Had to get a bunch of stuff written and photos edited and all that good stuff. And now we have a storm rolling in. Again, it's kind of been doing this off and on for most of the day today. But I just got done working on the computer for today. I'm done for today. It's getting close to dinner time, and I've got a super easy dinner. Just gonna have some roasted chicken and some French fries and maybe some veggies. I've still got lots of veggies that I've canned, and so we'll maybe put some of those to use tonight for dinner. But I decided to walk out into the garden. Went out in the front garden area and let Shotzi go out there because Mr. Smith, aka Jeff is his actual name, decided to let the two big dogs out and go running around. So of course then Shotzi was in the house having a hissy fit because they were out running around and he wasn't. So I grabbed him and took him out into the front garden area and let him run around like a maniac out there, which he absolutely loves. And so while I was out there, I was checking out my luffa gourds. There's so many luffa gourds. So I'm carefully monitoring our weather. As of right now, we don't have any signs of frost. Definitely not freezes yet. We're definitely about to get a bunch of rain. You can see that right there. If it'll focus. Today, well, you notice I have my flannel shirt on. This is actually one of my favorite flannel shirts now. I wear it like a sweater. I wear it like all the time. And this was actually a gift from a friend of mine because apparently I complimented her on it multiple times, and she just gave it to me. I told her she didn't have to do that, but she did anyways. So our high temperatures are moving down. They're kind of in the mid 70s, lower 80s, which is great. But it's the low temperatures that I've really got to be watching as far as the things like the luffa gourds. The lowest temperature we have coming up is 59 degrees, and it's just hovering around that point. So I've got the luffa gourds out there that I've got to keep an eye on. I'm really just waiting until they are on the verge of a frost or freeze, and I will harvest those immediately prior, because in the past it's almost like our growing season, as long as it is here, isn't long enough. And I have a hard time getting fully matured luffa gourds that have matured on the inside. They're big, they're humongous, they look amazing, but they just don't have enough of that fibrous stuff inside. So I'm giving them as long as possible. And then I've also got to get out there and pull sweet potatoes. I have not touched my sweet potatoes. They have still been flowering and looking amazing. But I did notice the other day that the purple sweet potatoes look like they're starting to get a little bit of brown around the edges of the leaves. And so I think it's going to be getting close to time to pull them. And I've got to read up on how to cure them. So I don't want my harvest to go to waste. So I'm going to have to be looking that up. But I have the two different varieties out there. I've got the purple sweet potatoes that I had started my own slips from some purple sweet potatoes I got from Asia Standards. And then I have just some classic orange Beauregard sweet potatoes that I picked up the slips at one of my farm supply stores. Oh, but I mentioned wearing this flannel shirt. Today is the first day where I've actually been able to wear a flannel shirt all day today, because it was actually very, very mild temperatures for once. I don't expect it to be like this tomorrow, but it was today, and I am thankful for that. As much as I love, you know, spring and summer because of all of the gardening and all of that, I am very, very much a blue jeans, boots, and flannel shirt kind of person. So I am really looking forward to being able to pull out all of my flannel and put it to use again. But while I was out there in the front garden with little Mr. Shotzi, letting him run around, I went ahead and I picked some peppers that were out there. We've still got peppers producing on most of the plants. They're all still coming along slowly but surely. So I've got a few of these, you know, just classic green touchdown bell peppers. Picked a couple of those. There was a few of these that were ripe. These are the, hold on, let me look these up. I always get the name wrong. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about these peppers that I just cannot remember their name. So let me look up the name of them real quick. Okay. I looked them up. These are seeds that I got from Baker Creek. They are the Sugar Rush Peach hot peppers. Sugar Rush Peach. And I've got a good bunch of these. So Mr. Smith actually did try one of these the first year that I grew them. And he said that they were not bad, but not as hot as he was afraid they were going to be. You know, that crazy man just washed one up and bit into it whole. Now this one right here is actually a cayenne pepper, and I've got to tell you, I am pretty impressed with these cayennes. Look at how big these are. These are definitely the biggest cayenne peppers I have ever grown. I mean, one of these is like 3 or 4 of the cayenne peppers that I've grown in the past. So the plants themselves weren't super producing. I mean, there was a good number of them, but they're humongous. So I've definitely got cayenne peppers to last me through the next year or two. So I will add these into the dehydrator after a while. Now, oh, this one right here, this is a lilac bell pepper. And this is a variety I have tried to grow before. You know, I like the idea of a purple pepper like this, but I would say that this is the biggest one I have ever grown. I just don't have the greatest success with these purple peppers. Well, the bell peppers. I have grown other purple peppers, like the Chinese 5-color start out as purple, the Buena Mulata start out as purple, and oh my goodness, those Buena Mulata peppers grow like crazy. They were just super plentiful, and heat-wise, they're a lot like a cayenne pepper. They just start off with that pretty purple color and then gradually turn to red. And then now this one, this was a late producer. I was actually had kind of given up hope that I would even get any of these, but now that we're reaching the end of summer, they're going crazy, and I have these all over the place. And these are the Brazilian, let's focus on the pepper here, Brazilian starfish pepper. And I've got a whole bunch of these. And from what I read, we actually haven't tried these yet, but from what I've read, they can vary between being a spicy pepper and a sweet pepper. So, Mr. Smith is actually terrified of them. Mr. Smith, who just like throws peppers in his mouth and doesn't even think twice about it, uses like every hot sauce under the sun and then complains that he's suffering later, but he still does it anyways, again and again. But he looked at these things and he's like, Those are scary looking. I don't think I want to touch those. Really? Is that not the cutest little pepper you've ever seen? That looks like a piece of candy or a flower. How could that be scary? Mr. Smith. Maybe because it's small. I don't know. Maybe because it's a little bitty pepper. Maybe that's why he thinks it's going to be awful. But yeah, so there's my little pepper haul from today. Got some, the sun is trying to peek out between the clouds while it's thundering all around. So the next couple days I am going to be getting ready to go on my next big trip, and this is of course the Homesteaders of America conference, which I'm incredibly excited about. Now there is a slight chance, I just want to put this out there, there is a slight chance that I may end up not going. So if you are someone who is going to be at the conference and you're looking for me and can't find me, I just want to give you a little bit of a heads up. There has been a development within my family where I have a family member who is very ill. And as of right now, I mean, there's nothing that I can do to help them, and I've asked multiple times if they want me to come, but as of right now they don't. The person is beginning to show a little bit of improvement, so I'm very, very hopeful. But if for some reason things go south, I may be going on a trip, just not to Homesteaders of America. So I just want to let you know, if for some reason you go and end up not seeing me, that would be why. This is something completely out of my control. But if, heaven forbid, if that happens, I will post it on social media. I'll put a post up like on the community page on the YouTube channel and Facebook, Telegram, all of that. Just to let people know and give them the heads up about that. But as far as I know at this point, though, I am still I'm still all for a go at Homesteaders of America. So those of you who are prayer warriors out there, I would very much appreciate prayers for my family member. It would really mean a lot to me for their swift and full recovery. And I mentioned in a recent video, might have been my last video, where I'm one of the volunteers this year and I'm going to be helping out, and I'm actually pretty excited about the assignment that I got. It is helping direct traffic for the parking. So all of you who are going to the conference, when you come in and park, I will be one of the people greeting everybody. So I'm really excited about that. So in my last video, I had a few people notice that there was some new art on my arms. So I did actually get some new tattoos. I got two. One on each arm, actually. And I'm not going to give you a close-up of them yet because they are not fully healed. So once they're fully healed, I'll give you a good look at them, and then I will actually tell you the story behind them, because they both have some pretty cool, they both have some pretty neat stories. And I know not everybody's into tattoos. Totally fine. If it's not your cup of tea, you can imbibe on something else. Alrighty. So I think it's about to start getting heavier. That sky out there is starting to look really, really dark, and it's moving in this direction. So I did believe it is time to head into the house, grab my peppers, and try and hide my camera from the rain as I make a dash for the door. So thanks for hanging out with me here again at the Homestead. My name is Constance at A Good Life Farm, and I'll talk to y'all next time.